We continue here in Harbor View base Medrash to talk about the wonderful mitzvah of Simchas Yontif, of Pesach, of enjoying Pesach, of Simchas Yontif, to be Sameach in the Yontif. The only way to have true Simcha, the Svarim tell us, is not to be ba'atzvus, not to let things get us down, to say constantly, Kol ma da'avid Rachman l'tov. If we let things bother us, then we'll be unhappy. Yeah, and this is the greatest Yetzer Hara that exists on the Yontif of Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkot. Yeah, to be unhappy, to think about the things which make us unhappy. Instead, what should we do? Flip it. Kol ma'adav rachman l'tov. No matter what happens on Yontif, your guests show up late, or the food gets burned, or I don't know, the kids do something terrible, or whatever happens, your wife gets upset with you, your husband gets upset with you. Just don't think about it. Kol ma'adav rachman l'tov. Try and realize this is all coming from the Yetzer Hara, not to be happy, and to maintain the greatest level of simcha they were able to achieve over Yontif. We spoke yesterday in last year about Mepi Elyon Lo Tetzi Haros V'Hatov, that nothing comes from Hashem, nothing bad comes from Hashem, only good comes from Hashem. Where do the rose come from? Says the Maharsha. Yeah, the Maharsha says the bad comes from us. The way we accept it, Hashem is giving us, He's sending us Ashpa of Tov, and yet we accept it as Ra. We accept it as Ra. We accept it as something which is bad. And that's where bad comes from. I want to add another point here from the Netziv, in Parshas Rei, Perek Yud Aleph, Pasuk Chaf Vav. He says like this: HaMitzvahs osel shalhen, va'averes osel shalhen. When we do a mitzvah, the mitzvah makes things good. When we do an avera, the avera makes things bad. Says the Netziv, Avir zek savnu reish paras bichukosai, right? Anochi nosin lifnechem shetali b'maasehem. Our life depends on our actions. Ukoloshin akosim parshin savim rein esad lifnecha yom esachayim vesamavis. Yeah, gamza perish mochrach. Nixi vaklola im lo tishma uleches. Hay bahar evil nisparish kamet dvarim v'may perish akan zeh prat shel vanazar elavadi kfi amedrash dekoy ledoros v'yavar ol. Right. We have the power, the Netziv is saying, we have the power in our hands to make our life good or make our life bad, to be happy or to be miserable. It's all in our hands. It's all within our control. Yeah? And says in the Herech of Davar, the next Pasuk Chav Zayin, says the Netziv, Mishum the Tov Echad HaKadosh Baruch Hu Nosin B'chasto. He's giving us one goodness. V'hainu lefnei ha'maisa, k'dei shiyoseh. Yeah? If bad things are happening to us, it's because our averas turned them into bad things. We took the sweet wine and we made it bitter. We made it bitter through our actions. And this is something we have to understand, right? No bad ever happens in the world. We make it bad. Our bad experiences come from the way we accept things. If we're able to change ourselves, then no bad will happen. No bad will happen. We'll be tachlis atov. We'll be living in simcha all the time, no matter what happens. And I hear so many sad stories. I'm so sad for all of the terrible, terrible things that go on in Klal Yisrael, in Shalom Bayis, in health, in Parnasa, in Chinuch Yiladim. It's terrible, but it's all in our hands to change. We can do it. We have to change ourselves, right? If I can quote Shakespeare here for a moment, the Holy Harbor View base Medrash, right? The fault is not in the stars, it's in ourselves. It's in ourselves. We have to change the way we look at life. If we change the way we look at life, then life will be different. Life will be very, very different, right? Mipi elyon lo teitzel rose bato. It doesn't come, right? The rose do not come from Hashem. Hashem doesn't send it. It's all incumbent on us. It's all the way we take things. If we learn to change our perspective on life, then life will change drastically. We'll have such a wonderful life. We'll be filled with joy and singing and dancing, and especially during the wonderful Yontif time. We have a special mitzvah of B'samachta b'chagecha. We dive into HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We say mitzvah every day. We say Hallel. We're zocheh to say the Hallel and to sing and praise HaKadosh Baruch Hu for the wonderful nisim that He did for us. We came out of Mitzrayim, and He continues to do for us today albeit in a hidden way most of the time, sometimes in a revealed way. If you're lucky enough to get run over by a car and to survive the experience. So this is my message for today. V'samachta b'chagecha, right? If you can enjoy Yantif or Yantif Mizbal, it's all totally on one thing, how you perceive it. Mipi elyon lo teitzaros v'tov. It doesn't come from Hashem. It comes from us. It's our ability to perceive things correctly, to internalize it, and to really live the joy of Yantif. That is where the good things come from. Hashem Yisbarach, in His greatest infinite kindness, should reward us with the ability to enjoy Yantif to the fullest, and every single experience should be olam haba mamish. Like we say, Ki yamei hashamayim ha'aretz, we should have the simcha and the ecstasy and the bliss of the next world in this world by accepting everything Hashem does as good. And the more we do it, the more bliss that we will experience. Hashem should help us to do this on a constant level. Amen.